Here is your first official payment as a podcaster, my boys. And it's in coins.
Go. How much?
Is it recording?
Oh, she boys.
We are back, baby.
Yeah.
What's cracking?
Welcome back to episode 78.
Fuck,
Yes.
We're moving on with this, getting closer to 100.
We're nearly there,
22
boys.
eps, 22 more episodes to 100.
We've got 80 and 2 more episodes.
I've been staring at that giant cigar over there
It's almost time.
for ages now.
Almost time to fucking smoke that daddy.
And it's just a shame, it'd be mad if we had ventilation systems in the room so we could smoke the cigar at the table.
Yeah,
and
because
just be
that's
like,
going to fucking stink.
that'll stink,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, it'll go through everything. It's not a good idea to do so, but
that is recording, right?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Because isn't there a red light normally there? I can't see, man.
No, come on. Let me fill this up.
there's a red
It's on, Redcast is
We're
on.
not in a drought, Iggy. We are not in a drought.
Sorry, I don't want to fucking...
It looks like
I just realised.
I'll beep that
Yeah,
out.
you're going to have to cut that.
Beep.
it
Start
look-
again.
Well, you know if they beep, they know what you say anyway.
Bro, I didn't even realize you said
That's why I'll just completely cut that.
All right.
I'll just completely cut that.
Back in.
All right, wait. We are back. All right, let me add this juice for a second before...
Juicy pussies. This Dubliner is the real deal. For anyone who is wondering what whiskey we usually drink on the show, it's Dubliner. It's an Irish, it's a honeycomb liqueur.
Yes.
There's a few flavors, but if you're at any bottle-o, most bottle-os have it, but it's the red label one, not the green label.
Yeah, get the red.
Get the red label one. It's like honeycomb. It's sweet. You can have it on the rocks if you want. It's
beautiful.
It's the only one where, in the movies where you see like for example, we're talking about Peaky Blinders on the way here, me and DZ. Every scene, bro, he's having a ciggy and he's having a whiskey, but straight with no ice.
Yes.
I tried to do that on a P&O cruise that I went on when I was like 18, just to
hard,
look
eh?
cool. But it was Johnny Walker red label.
Yeah, it's hard.
And it was chat. Apparently there's Johnny Walker, but it's like the blue label's what you want to have. But that was too expensive for me at the time. So I was like, just give me the lowest price one. And I sat there at the bar and I was trying to look all cool and stuff. And I was just like sipping it. And it took me about an hour to finish because I was like, and trying not to do that. Like, that face where it's too strong? But then when I had this Dubliner, bro, when I found it at this house party once, that I wasn't even really invited to. I was like a +1, and I didn't have any
rummaged through the
alcohol.
drinks, yeah.
So I was like, who's got what? And I came across Dublin, and I was like, I guess so. And I fell in love, bro. It was like...
Bro, you brought it over your first episode that you were on, remember?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
ever since then, we've been I've been hooked. It's
I love
fucking
it.
Yeah,
amazing.
it is the best one.
So, I want to start with just a quick little announcement, guys. Boys, let's do a cheers
Cheers.
to our first
Salud.
official...
Pa abajo, al centro, pa
Inside,
dentro.
boys. Here is your first official payment as a podcaster, my boys. And it's in coins.
Go. How much?
$5, boys.
$5 each.
We made our first official payment. It was $15.90 to be exact.
Wow, these coins look more unique as well.
I was going to give it to you guys in an envelope and $5 note, but then I got my keys, walked at the front, and forgot that I don't have my car. So
You
I was
know
like,
what?
oh, fuck.
Actually, we'll seem more rich if we have all coins because it's just heavier. It feels heavier than
Well,
notes.
There you go. I mean,
I don't think that's accurate. I think
You're carrying
you
them
look
in a
more
sack
chat
like
with a
a-
sack of
yeah.
coins.
Yeah, dragging a sack.
well, fucking, as a wise man once told me, shout out to By Steven, that the second you start getting paid for something, you are officially a professional. So we are now officially professional musicians, podcasters, traders.
Yeah, that's honestly true. Like, I know obviously it's not like heaps of money right now, but it's like, fuck, bro. Like, what it starts from this, and then who knows what can happen in the future. You know what I mean? When I told Tori, she was like, oh my God, that's actually like exciting as. And like, even after I said it was $5 each,
Yeah.
I was still like, it's crazy that you get anything for doing this because it feels like we're just hanging out.
Yeah, we're just having fun.
Yeah, we're just chilling, talking shit. So thank you guys for fucking listening, man. It's been fucking 2 years since we've been trudging along.
a
We're
long
going to
time.
hit our 3rd year of podcasting, which is insane.
And I was on YouTube the other day, just seeing like the views and whatever. And I looked at one of the videos, like, I didn't go into the video, but I seen when you used to be in like on the couch, on the little couch where you're sitting right next to each other. And that looked like way less professional. And then next
it
minute,
was.
And now,
was.
look at this, baby. Like, god damn.
Third setup. This is our third setup. 3 years. 3 years, 3 setups. Yeah, man.
here in Miami, man. So, guys,
Almost 100.
almost 100. We'll smoke that cigar. Let's go around the table. DZ, you go first. What have you been doing, man? You look tired as shit today, man.
I am tired today. I'm not gonna lie, man. Just the same old, man. I feel like my life's just, I'm chilling. I'm cruising. You know what I mean? It's just.
You're a dad, man.
Yeah,
that's the most
thing, you know what I
routine.
mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to have a strict routine, I'm assuming.
I just go to work, and then on our days off, I come here. We'll do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Trade.
Make
Go to
music.
sleep. Make music. Come here, do this.
I've been listening to Danger on repeat, lad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank
bro.
you,
I
man.
know.
Yeah,
I said
that's
that last week, but always gets me, bro.
Yeah, music's still good. We're working on a EP that's coming out soon.
EP.
Almost finished.
It's almost finished.
Obviously, another collab EP.
I mean, we do a catch up, but like it's like we do this weekly. You know what I mean? You know, and the weeks fly by. It's like how much can change in a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I'm good, man. How are you, Joey?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just came from the gym. Had a mad leg session. I'm still buzzing off my pre-workout, and then I'm having a whiskey and coke now. So life's good, bro.
Yes, there we go, my boys. Ooh.
And Iggy got into the gym as well recently. Huh?
Yes. I'm back. So next time you see me, I'm gonna be freaking
Jacked.
I'm changing my name from FriendlyFire to Friendly Jacked. All right. So you guys remember that? I'm gonna be like sitting here swole out and shit, like a balloon. But you know, it's good, man. I forgot how good you feel. Like, I even love how I feel during the gym, and then like the hour after. You're like literally like you're like off your head on adrenaline. You're like, "Ew," you're like fucking like a meathead. It's fucking mad. I love it. I missed it. So I'm glad to finally be back. Again, work really fucked that for me, man. As you guys have probably heard 1,000 times how many times I complained about my old job on this podcast. But that was like fucked. Like I was finished. Like we missed like a lot of episodes because I was at work and shit. So going to the gym was just, I didn't even fucking bother. Like I work with a guy, shout out to him, bro. He'd fucking, this cunt, he's a pretty fucking big dude, but he was getting up at like 2:30, 3 a.m. just to get to the gym because he knew that 90% of the time he wouldn't make it after work because of how much overtime we did. So this guy would be loving life up until maybe 11 a.m. and then he'd be like, he'd be on the nod for the rest of the arvo, and he'd still have like 6 hours of work to go. He was fucking himself, but
like,
just to get to that.
Sounds like the worst life ever.
Bro, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, you
like,
do.
You gotta,
if you make it work.
I like going to the gym before work. So
Yeah,
the days
morning.
I have work, I have 2 gym memberships. The days I have work, I've been slacking a little bit lately, but I wake up earlier because the gym is right next to my work. So I go before work to the gym, have a shower at the gym, get my work clothes, and go across the street to work. And I find the workouts in the morning are way better.
yeah.
Do you go
Way
fasted?
better.
Do you fast? Like you don't eat before the gym, right?
I do sometimes, but not usually those days. I try to force myself to eat breakfast, even though like breakfast is the hardest meal for me to
Yeah.
eat. I never feel like breakfast.
Yeah, neither. I never wake up
I try to
hungry.
force myself. But sometimes I do go, like I think today, I usually go in the morning anyway, but my days off and shit, I usually go like 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. And sometimes I will go fasted, and then when I finish the gym, I'll have like a big meal, bacon eggs or something. Fucking.
Yep.
But it's always better to go on a full stomach, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You feel way weaker if you haven't eaten.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've never been one to train in the morning because I could get up earlier, but I'm already like up before I lost my license. Like now that I don't have a license, I'm up at 4 to get
Even
the train.
earlier, yeah.
But then when I have my license, I'm up at 5, and I find it ridiculous to get up. Like my body, if I don't need to get up, because for work I need to get my ass out of bed. If I train in the morning, my mind goes, when I wake up for the gym, or I try to get up for the gym, I'm like, you don't need to get up now. You're just going to go to the gym. Just go after work. And then I'm like, okay, I'll sleep in. But then I regret it after work when I'm on the train or I'm driving to the gym and I'm just like, fuck.
yeah.
And it's busy as.
Yeah, the gym's packed.
But I just get it done. So it's like, I don't know. But without it, bro, like I'm a fucking nutcase. Like my mental health declines rapidly, bro, if I don't train. It's fucked up. It's actually pretty toxic. If I don't train, I'm like, I feel like I look in the mirror and I'm like, I hate what I see, bro, which is pretty toxic. Like Tori's like, you're not gonna like shrink if you miss a few days here and there. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I look different, this and that. But you got to find, I don't know, a more healthier mindset, I guess.
I mean, I've heard from a few people, a few like friends that they reckon that if they don't go to the gym, they're fucking all over the place, like just mentally. So it's like that good fucking like.
Well, you'll find you'll get hungrier. What you're training, you said the other day as well. You said you were feeling hungrier. Like
Yeah, it definitely makes you hungry.
I can't stress enough how important it is, guys, to just move your body, even if it's like a fucking walk,
Yeah,
bro,
go
or
for a fucking
or a
walk,
hot
man.
yoga session. Hot yoga as well is the shit. And Pilates, for a guy, people think Pilates is shit because, you're a fat.
Everyone's jumping on the Pilates train, bro. I've been seeing, man.
Yeah, I've done a few Pilates and heaps of hot yoga at Zoo Fitness in Penrith. I've tried Pilates. Pilates was good, but, Tori's just signed up to Atmosphere. Tori Laws has signed up.
Yeah, we're all there now, bro.
Chloe, you.
Myself.
Yeah, so I'm going to sign up when I get my license.
It's a good gym, man.
But do they do hot yoga as well?
Good question. I think so.
But regardless, guys, it's like,
so.
I feel like, I don't know, people, there's this stigma that men can't do. Like, I tell boys at work, oh, yeah, I do hot yoga, blah, 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 which originally I started because I had a back injury, but it cleared it up. Like, within a month, I did not have that back injury anymore.
Wow.
But a lot of guys at work, especially the older guys, they're like, the fuck, you pansy, you're doing hot yoga. It's like, bro, like
the older ones never understand.
No, but it's the guys that go, oh yeah, it's for pansies, bro. They're the ones that haven't tried it. And I guarantee you, bro, if you try hot yoga or Pilates or anything, say if you're not into weights and you just want to do that shit, it's really good for your body. And like, I can suck my own dick now after 1 year of doing hot yoga.
I've dabbled in yoga too, but not in a class or anything. But I follow YouTube videos sometimes. In the morning when I wake up, not as much as I should. But rarely, when I do it and I wake up, even a 10-minute yoga video, you just follow the video. I felt so much better afterwards. I was like, fucking hell, like I feel incredible after doing 10 minutes of fucking yoga, man.
Well, my missus reckons with Pilates that after her first session, she was like, that was fucking crazy. She goes, I stretched like parts of my body I didn't even know you could stretch, but you can't do it like normally. You need the machine because like Pilates is like yoga but on like a little machine that stretches, like it stretches you and shit. I don't know, weird. Sounds like a fucking...
That's the reformer one. There's normal Pilates without the machine, but the reformer is the machine.
Pilates with the machine. But
it applies resistance.
Yes, she reckons it was nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right, like fuck.
I've never done Pilates.
Because you do see a lot of girls that do predominantly Pilates, they're very sculpted and have like, nice, not necessarily body like fitness, like how those girls that just do weights, they're a bit more bulky a little bit. But Pilates, it's really good for your body, man. Like, and I want to be able to move and be active when I'm older. And I reckon if you implement, even a bit of swimming, when I go to Atmosphere, they have a pool. I'm going to do swimming.
Is there a pool there?
Yeah, they have a pool. So I'm going to do
$30 a week.
I'm going to do 20 minutes of swimming. Like one day is just going to be dedicated cardio. 20 minutes swimming, 20 minutes running, and then I can do maybe Pilates once a week.
They've got a sauna.
Yeah, bro.
$30 a week.
$30 a week. That's the main reason I signed up. Yes, it's a little bit of a mission, but my main concern was one, Chloe, for her, it's in Penrith, so it's on the way home, she can just duck there, right? And for me, my office for my work is in Penrith. So I was thinking, well, if I'm going to be there every second day or every day almost anyway, most days, not every day, but like, if I've got to go there, I may as well just swing past the office and then go to the gym as well.
It's on your way home as well.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So I was like, okay. I was like, all right, Matt. So I guess the distance doesn't really matter. I was like, all right, cool. And then we got there and we're doing a tour of the gym. It's fucking massive, bro. And I was like, holy shit. And this is only, that's why a lot of people go, fuck, $30, that's expensive. But I was like, hold on a second. We got a pool, a gym, the free weights, sauna, boxing classes included with your 30 thing, like different classes, fitness classes if you want, which are something that I'm going to look into once I start getting a better routine going. Actually, I'd prefer doing kickboxing, but just to learn how to throw a punch, just cool bit of fitness in that. They got that. They got the Pilates in that, which sold Chloe. But the Pilates in that, though, you have to pay as you go. You don't get the Pilates for free in your membership.
Yeah.
But that's just apparently, I don't know if that's like standard all around, but so if you want to do Pilates on a Saturday, the Saturday before, you go up to the front desk, book, or there's an app, you book it, and then you pay like $20 or something.
So you pay per session.
You pay per session with the Pilates, but everything else is included in that $30. Also, you get a free PT session and consultation too when you sign up. Yeah. Which I didn't take.
We're not sponsored. We're not sponsored by Atmosphere. It sounds like we're sponsored by Atmosphere, but we're not sponsored by Atmosphere.
Yeah, no, it's just a fucking bro. It's a crack. It's a cracker gym, bro. It's a cracker fucking gym. The only thing I can fault about that gym so far, it's only been 2 weeks, but is the distance. That's it.
Yeah.
But like I said, you work there though. I work there, so it's like fuck. I might as well just go to the gym. Like,
Yeah.
so that was kind of my little push.
But I mean, you work out, you feel good,
amazing.
you feel good, you look good, you feel good. That goes hand in hand. And I feel like if you have a bit more self-confidence about yourself, there's nothing worse than if you're insecure about your body, or you're like, especially for a woman and stuff. But if you start to like, and men as well, but like if you start to work out, you start to notice changes all of a sudden. Like not straight away, but you will start to notice changes. But people want to just sign up to the gym and think it happens overnight. But like, it's about that. No, everyone's
like anything in life. It doesn't fucking happen overnight.
But it annoys when people are like, oh, I have no motivation. It's like no one has consistent motivation, but it's about the discipline to get your ass to the gym. Like I'm the most reluctant trainer. I go really regularly and I get after it, but it's like sometimes I drag my ass to the gym. And when I used to drive before I lost my license, I would sit sometimes in the car park for 5 minutes, just look at the sign of Revolutions or Zoo Fitness and be like, do I really need to go?
Yeah.
But then once I get in there, I like a busy gym. I'm a bit of a weirdo.
Really?
Not too busy, but I like to see other people getting after it. Because if I'm in a gym where there's no one there, I feel like I'm like, should I even be here? It's like an apocalypse. But everyone's just, I need that motivation. But I don't know. I vibe off other people though. Like I'm a very...
Yeah, I get that. I get that for sure.
See, you got to go because the fucking, like I said, the energy levels are fucking high. I want to grab it and snap it and fucking lick it and bite it.
Iggy's on steroids, guys. So he's getting the...
Yes. Love it, man. Nunchucks, right?
Yeah, why are you going...
What's the deal with
explanation?
the nunchucks?
6 p.m. So when you guys are listening to this, it should be Monday, 6 p.m. Wednesday, 6 p.m. 2 days later after this drops, we're dropping our first YouTube video. We ordered, DZ, shout out to DZ, ordered a bunch of random shit from Temu, which we unboxed and we had a look at. These nunchucks were in that video.
These croc lights you put in your crocs.
Lights for your croc, the shot game, which we played a little bit. The video's funny, eh? It's so random,
It turned out better than I thought it would.
It was good.
Like,
it was
you
good.
did a good job editing it. And it also had this lighter, which has a massive flame.
Oh, Joey.
Huge flame. Look,
Do the honors,
it's actually hectic.
It's a big blue flame.
Yeah.
That fucking tripped me out.
Bro, you handled it better than I did. I pulled through it in the video. He full got me the prick.
I'm kind of scared to do it, bro. Oh, it's not those fucked, eh? It's such a fucked feeling.
Oh wait, I didn't go all the way.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that shot up my cock.
I got him with this one in the video.
Like, it's good bang.
Yeah,
it's fucked, eh?
Oh my god, I kind of like it.
So yes, that's Wednesday. That's Wednesday, 6 p.m. for you guys. Again, the videos will sort of we'll get better and different ideas.
We'll do whatever we want, basically.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we want. But
we'll go golf and shit.
Yeah. I do really want to invest in like a crazy, like high quality camera. But while on the topic of the YouTube, I'll go through my polls quickly because I always fucking forget to go through them because I did ask polls.
Yeah, I did too.
Asking for like just opinions on YouTube stuff. So I said, do you watch YouTube frequently? 89% for yes, 11% for no. Okay. I said, if you answered yes, continue to the next stories. So I said, your favorite content on YouTube. Vlogs, outdoor type of videos, so like content outside, streaming type gaming videos, unboxing random shit Cold One style, which is what we did for Wednesday's premiere, and gambling content. So
gambling content.
Which we'll be doing anyway, whether you like it or not.
Well,
so.
I think we'll be doing all of this anyway.
Oh yeah. But I just like to sort of get a
see
vibe.
what people want to. Yeah.
71% wins for vlogs, outdoor content. So that was. I didn't think that one would win, but that's 71%. Tie second place for 14% streaming gaming content and 14% for unboxing random shit Cold One style, 0% for gambling content. And then I did say, is there any other content you like? Send me a message. Only one response. Shout out you, Aussie Slang. This is I'm not surprised with this answer. He says
Gacha games.
He says gaming and anime podcast, gacha streaming, and abridged series. I don't know what the fuck abridged means, but
see, yeah. I never watch vlogs. Never watch
No,
vlogs.
see, neither do I, but I feel like they're the most fun content. Like just
fun to make, yeah. But I don't watch it.
But that's the thing that I've never watched vlogs because I'm always thinking like, I don't care about this random dude going here and filming it, but then like if we're gonna start doing it, it's like who the fuck's gonna watch us go play golf?
But people always watch it though. You might not like, but you're one of those people that just aren't into it. There's always gonna be people that aren't into our shit. but there's going to be people that are into our shit as well.
Exactly right.
There's something for everyone. I mostly watch on YouTube. I love if it's either a gaming thing, which I don't watch too much YouTube, but I do love YouTube. If I'm eating something, I feel I have to get YouTube.
Yeah, I'm always on.
I have to. I like. I watch a lot of Penguin Zero, Critical. He's a funny cunt. He's just a
Penguin
guy.
Zero.
All he does is him in front of the camera, and he just comments on shit and talks about. But he's a funny bastard, and he does all kinds of shit. And then again, I love Cold Ones too. The Aussie dudes, they just basically do what we did: unbox shit, review shit, do shit, and they're just funny about
And
it.
they drink.
That's the type I watch, like kind of silly shit. You know,
Yeah.
Like, what do you watch YouTube?
Not
on?
much. The only thing I really watch on YouTube is Hot Ones because I like to keep up to date with the episode, like the episodes, because he has mad celebrities on. But other than that, like, no, not really. I don't really watch YouTube that much. But I mean, hopefully we get fucking some viewers though. Like, I think we will for sure.
Well, I'm always on it. Always on it. Like literally, like that's always got a YouTube page open. Whether I'm watching a video on trading, someone vlogging, my favorite streamer.
What is it mostly though? You're looking at
Probably at the moment trading stuff.
yeah, okay.
That's at the moment.
What about recreate? I mean, that's. I wouldn't really deem that recreational now because you've taken it to that next level where it's not just recreational. It's kind of like, it's like an income kind of thing.
Well, yeah, it's work.
It's work.
But
so what do you do recreationally? Like, what do you look at?
So recreational stuff on YouTube would literally be like gaming, funny gamers, Cold Ones type stuff. But like, I only just discovered, like, I'd never seen a Cold Ones video until this guy brought it up. Like,
neither.
And I watched it to get ideas with the editing. I'm like, fuck, these guys. Don't get me wrong, they're awkward little cunts, but they're funny, man. Like
They are awkward.
They're just too.
I love it.
You can tell they're just
funny
two
though.
nerds.
It's funny awkward.
You can tell that they're just two nerds.
Yeah.
They just love getting pissed.
Yeah.
And good on them though. They're killing it.
Yeah.
They made their own drink and shit.
Yeah, I bought some. Well, we'll try it on here. I bought
yeah?
some. Yeah, I ordered some.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it looks
cool.
nice, bro. It's like soju and fucking. It's like a soju mixed
Bro,
grape and.
Did you watch the video explaining how they made it? Apparently, all they did was they went to the bottle, bought one of everything,
and tried it.
tried everything, and then they put a pile of things they liked, things they didn't like. Then with the pile of stuff they liked, they literally just mix it all together in a ginormous bucket, tried it, loved it, and then turned that into flavors.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so-
pretty smart.
Are you even allowed to do that? You're just getting other people's drinks and just... But
Well, but I think
they're not
I think they
stealing-
probably didn't go into detail of like. I think that's like a rough. Just
yeah, maybe.
There's probably more to it than that.
Oh, yeah, there
you know
would
what I
be,
mean?
but it's still cool though, man. Good on them.
I love them, man. The Aussies. You know what I noticed about YouTube too? The Aussies kill it on YouTube.
Yeah, because
The
we've got-
Aussies kill
we
it.
got
so
personality.
many massive Aussie channels, bro.
Yeah.
There's so many massive Aussie channels.
Bro, Josh Dubb, I'm pretty sure they're Australian. Josh Dubb, they were popping up. They're the ones that made the Re-Kid popular. Remember the Re-Kid?
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah.
That was from their channel. So they kind of like took the Re-Kid under their wing, and then this Re-Kid now has got his own channel and shit. But like, that's those guys. They're Australian as well, and they're funny as
The
fuck.
surprising thing is too, these massive Aussie channels like Cold Ones is one of them. Majority of the audience is American.
Yeah.
They're American audiences. You know,
yeah.
it's interesting, man.
They just, we've got, I feel like we've got personality down here, man.
We're
I
like a
feel
unicorn to the rest of the world too.
Yeah,
You know
like-
what I mean?
And
Yeah,
we
like
discovered
watching
that
this.
we discovered that when we were in Europe. Everyone was like we had nothing but good interactions. So when they were like, "Oh, you Australian?" We're like, "Nothing but good interactions." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're just so similar to the Pommies as well. So I think Pommies and Aussies are kind of like,
Even at Rampage, man, it was funny, bro. The pommies we come across, bro, I was like, fuck, you cunts are fucked. And I was like, is this really what other people think we, like, how we are to other people, bro? Making me giggle, bro. We met a lot of cool pommies over there, man. So they were cool. They were cool to have a drink with, man, straight up.
I think I'll just go through these polls and then get them out of the way. It said,
Let's see my Discord.
"What's the most pain you've ever been in?" I don't know why. I think I've asked something similar, but okay. Mum says childbirth. She was giving birth to 2 geniuses as well, so I'm sure there was a lot more struggle and pain involved.
because the heads were so big because the brains were like geniuses. So I was like,
It takes more effort to birth a genius. Personal Space says serious tooth infection.
Oh, yeah?
Scooby Snacks 89 says love.
Ooh.
shit,
I
that's
like
deep.
That's a painful one, my
boy.
friend.
That's deep. That's an episode alone, right there.
Brody says ear infection. Zexa says hard question, but probably when I split head open. And then Kyle Whitehill says when there is no FireCast episode for the next week.
Hey, that's a funny answer, bro.
What did he say?
He said he goes, his most pain he's been in is when there's no FireCast episode the next week.
Who said that?
Carl Whitehill.
Cole.
Yeah, bro. I feel that, bro. Shout out you, man.
And then I said, just the only other poll I got. Would you rather? I've thought of this, right? I thought of this on my own. Didn't hear it from anywhere. It's just a strange thought I've had. Would you rather see a highlight reel of all the positive things anyone has ever said about you when you weren't around, or the negative things? Right? So if you could see everything, like a clip of everything anyone's ever said,
a fucking good
all
question.
the positive, all the negative. Positive things has 9 votes and negative things has 4 votes. So 69% say positive things, 31% say negative things. What do you think?
Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I love getting complimented, bro. I love
Of course.
external.
Everyone
Everyone does,
does, yeah.
but no, I love external validation. I'm just like, soak me up with compliments. Like I'm just like, so for sure. I'm just like, what? Like compliment me. What? And like, why would you want to? Like, I think it's very petty if you're sitting there going, I want to see what you're saying about me that's bad. It's like, I feel like it's all about like, why would you waste your time focusing on negativity when you can focus on, you know,
Positivity.
because it'll lift you up. You know what I mean? If you think, oh yeah, like Joey's this, Joey's that, it's good. If someone's like, Joey's a fucking dirtbag, he's so self-involved, or whatever it is, and it'll make you pick apart yourself and doubt your own character, even though sometimes when you get criticized, it's their insecurity showing up towards you.
Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes, or most of the time, unless you're actually a shit cunt, most of the time, it's not about you, it's them. But I hate when some people take that criticism and they take it to heart, and they doubt their own character, which I've been guilty of, because I'm a very sensitive guy. So if someone questions my character, I'm like, what the fuck? No, I'm not like that. But then I'm just like, wait, like why?
Wait, am I?
But
Yeah.
why do they think that of me? It's like, am I projecting myself in a way that makes them think that? But most of the time, it is their own. They're not happy with
reflection of
they're not
themselves.
happy with their own life. Like haters online, for example. Anything, especially online, it's like fucking road rage. When you know how you're in the car, and
Yeah.
you're just like, that's like what it's like online. But most of the time, it's their insecurity. So I'd rather hear all the positive like things that people say about me, and then it'll make me closer to those people. Like, right, you're a solid one, because you really can tell a person's true nature with what they say about you behind your back.
When you're not around,
Because when
yeah.
it's so easy to just put up a facade and act like, oh, people are your buddies. Like, the workplace is the worst for it, especially in my industry. They're like, oh, they stab you in the back. They think when the boss is around, they're like, oh, Joey's or whatever. But when that's a solid guy, like whoever talks about you good behind your back, like nothing but good words to say about you guys when you aren't around. I've got nothing but good things to say, and I hope it's the same.
Of
But
course.
some people that you can't trust them.
You know, it's genuine too when you've really made an impact on someone, that when they go away, you've made enough of an impact in a positive way for them to say to someone else, you know, this guy is a solid dude, you know, when you're not even there.
I mean, again, it is a concerning thing that if someone's first like reaction, or if there is someone out there who just does have nasty things to say about people behind their back, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, that person
Girls are
must
the worst for it, I think.
Yeah. Like,
Fake
it's-
friends and-
Yeah. Like,
Some guys will surprise you though.
Well, yeah,
Some
of course.
guys are.
Of course.
yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I'll probably take positivity
Positive,
as
of
well.
course,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's an interesting one. Well, speaking of other interesting fucking questions, I got 2 questions in the Discord. Shout out you, motherfuckers. So 2 questions. Shout out Aussie Slang. He says, who is the panel's favorite female character from a TV show or movie that you would marry? Ooh. Female character from a TV show or a movie that I would marry. So it wouldn't be the actress. So not the actress,
character,
the character.
Yeah, that's a cool question.
Because I was going to instantly say Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie. Oh, yeah. I was going to say Margot Robbie,
But no.
she was a bit of a questionable person in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
she was a bit of a bimbo.
Barbie, she's a bimbo.
Yeah,
Harley Quinn, she's a psychopath.
Psycho, yeah.
So, movie or...
Princess Peach.
Oh, I know.
Does she have that peach though?
I don't know.
Peach better have a peach. You know what I mean?
They've never animated it, you know.
They should
But
focus
hey,
more on Peach's peach.
She don't say much, you know, and she just...
I got mine. Princess Leia.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's mine, bro. Princess Leia.
Strong, independent, smart.
Sexy.
Yeah, good one.
Got it all.
What about
I'd
you?
say Who would I do? Okay, what's fuck? I haven't watched it in so
Yoshi.
long. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
The Khaleesi.
Khaleesi.
Oh,
But-
okay,
but
okay.
even after she lost her mind, I was still like, I wish Jon Snow just went, let's just rule the world together. Like, I don't give a fuck. Khaleesi, bro. Khaleesi.
Okay, yep.
Because I reckon Khaleesi was a good person, but she just lost it in the end, and
Now,
whatever.
well, I'm pretty sure in the book that didn't
happen.
Yeah,
They
so
fucked
that
it up.
was just the producers done
Yeah.
it dirty.
Oh,
So yeah,
I think Khaleesi.
On this
personally.
topic, I got two things I want to ask you guys before I forget, because he brought up characters and shows, which reminded me. Have you seen One Piece?
No,
The
I've
anime,
seen it. I've seen it.
I mean, the show.
Not real life.
I want to watch it. Apparently, it's really
that
good.
wanna watch
was
it
that
too.
a manga or was that an anime?
An anime.
it's an anime.
It is a massive anime. It's like a
1,000
thousand
But they did the
episodes.
real life kind of thing.
Yeah.
See, I've heard one of you talk about One Piece, or was it
would've been Mikey in
Aussie
that.
slang?
Oh, it
Was it
would-
Aussie
probably would've
slang?
been
One
Aussie
Piece
slang.
Maybe.
when he was on, but he was talking about One Piece, and I knew straight away it had something to do with that anime realm.
Yep.
So, what is it about? If you summarize it real quick, what's One Piece about?
it's
Without
basi-
giving it away.
It's a world full of pirates. So the world, it's a different world to Earth. It's like a water-based world. There's mostly water, and they're pirates. And I haven't seen it, neither has he. But they try to.
I've only seen like 60 episodes.
But they're trying to find the One Piece. Everyone wants the One Piece, and there's these fruits that they can eat that gives them unique powers and shit. So the main guy, Luffy, he's got like rubber arms. He can stretch and shit. But that's about the extent of my knowledge. But apparently it's really good. Will I ever watch it? No, because it's fucking way too long. But that's why the show is good, because it kind of condenses it into... It's only 8 episodes, hour-long episodes. And I've seen a lot of things where people who aren't even into One Piece or anime, like people saying their mums loved it, people saying like people who
really?
have no idea loved
ready?
it. You
I'll
know?
break it down for you. So I was speaking to Mike about it. That real life version of One Piece, the 8 episodes, that gets you to what I'm up to in the actual anime, which is about 60 episodes in.
Oh, so it's the very start.
Did they miss? You haven't seen the real One Piece on Netflix yet?
No, not yet.
I wonder if they miss integral parts. You know, sometimes they miss really good parts.
Yeah, Mike said it's very condensed.
They'd have to
I hope
condense
not
it.
too condensed though.
But apparently everyone was skeptical about, because all these anime movies, live action, they turn out like Cowboy Bebop was a disaster. Apparently,
Yeah, it
that's
was
another
crap.
one that was terrible. But what I've thought was a very good point that I heard people talk about is that, so the problem with Cowboy Bebop, which basically the same thing, they made a live action of an anime, right? Cowboy Bebop was a very popular anime too, but they fucked up the live action because they tried to translate the characters. Anime characters don't work in live action because like a lot of anime is like goofy and the characters
Yeah.
so over the top
They're
and silly
weird and shit, yeah.
And in Cowboy Bebop, they tried to translate that and bring like a real life person can't fucking like animate and say stupid shit. It looks silly and cringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But apparently, that's why people are saying One Piece is so good is because they're not trying to. They did it in a realistic way that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
So they don't
Yeah.
replicate it
Yeah.
fully.
So they
but-
capture the essence of the characters, but they don't fucking try to, because they
Yeah.
know it's never
Yeah,
going to be
because-
one to one. You know
Because
what I mean?
One Piece it's a good anime, but it's the same
So
as all
over the
the
top.
others. It's over the top. Like,
Like
they're always
fantasy, like-
screaming and shit at each other. Always going like, blah, blah, blah,
Like
blah,
silly
they're just
as,
doing-
like, their eyes
yeah.
popping out their
Yeah,
heads and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like, but the other thing, so One Piece, none of us have seen it. I'm gonna watch it. Ahsoka, you haven't watched the latest episode. All right, I'm just gonna say that last episode, episode 4, is the best piece of Star Wars
Really?
I have seen.
Really? It
In
was
a
that good?
Better than, I think Ahsoka's better than Andor at this point.
Wow,
That
okay.
shit was incredible.
Really?
I was saying to
Okay.
it's only the 4th episode. Keep
Yeah,
in mind.
what?
And I'm saying to my missus, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is incredible.
is Rose into it as well?
She likes the shows, but she's not deep into Star Wars. Like we did a movie marathon once. We watched all the movies. She does like it, but she's not. You know.
She more into the shows?
Yeah,
I'm like that
she
as well. I
likes
like the shows, but I don't know if I can do a full catch up of
Yeah,
all the.
and the cartoons and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But bro, that's why I messaged him as well last night when I watched it. I'm like, watch Ahsoka now. Watch
Yeah,
that
yeah.
now. I want to talk to Mikey about it. I almost sent Mikey a message. I'm like, bro, you seen fucking...
I gotta get onto that. I haven't even started it yet.
It's incredible. You'll like it.
I was watching
for
Peaky
sure.
Blinders, but now I'm finished Peaky Blinders. I can start Ahsoka.
Okay.
So yeah, watch that. But
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
Ahsoka
watch
so
that
far,
tonight
it's fucking tops, man. Tops.
What was your... You never answered your Mary...
I said Princess Peach.
Oh, yeah, okay, damn.
But I mean,
Actually, I could probably marry Ahsoka too.
I don't know. Ahsoka's a good one, yeah.
Actually, no, I'd marry
You
as
just
well.
grab it. You just grab Ahsoka by the
tentacles.
tentacles, like, in doggy. You're just like,
man.
She's like, get the lightsaber out.
Tommy Shelby. That's my answer.
Oh yeah.
I got another question in the Discord. This is an interesting one. M16 says, define yourselves individually in 3 words. Who wants to go first?
Wait.
Smart, strong, and handsome.
Wait. Yeah. Describe yourself.
Yeah, define yourself.
That's kind of like
I don't know.
seems kind of vain doing that.
Just do it, man.
I think extrovert, friendly, down to earth.
Yeah, they're very solid. Yeah, that's how I'd describe it too, I think.
I'll say
Thick cock. I mean, that's
2 words.
That's 2 words.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll say persistent, charismatic, hilarious.
Yeah, done.
Beautiful. And that's it for the questions on the Discord and the Instagram polls. Beautiful. Thank you to everyone for
Join
Thanks,
join the Discord if you haven't.
participating. Okay. What do I got?
I have one more point when you guys are done, but yeah, you go.
Yeah, bring yours up.
I want to ask you guys. So recently on Netflix, I watched the Heard versus Depp trial show.
yeah.
Okay?
That's garbage, isn't it?
And this whole thing seems
Stupid,
so something weird. I don't know. Even watching them on the stand, they're like, well, yeah, so she, they're like acting. Like, I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on here? It's so weird. They're both acting. They're both clearly done terrible shit. Amber Heard, I think, just fucked up more than Johnny Depp did.
He's not innocent, but he's more innocent than she is, though.
He seems like an aggressive dude. So you can see it in his eyes.
He had substance.
Not Captain Jack Sparrow, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
He had substance abuse problems, so
that's even in the clips. But there's stuff like it was just so on the favor of Johnny Depp from like they excluded evidence for some reason, like of a text message that was very damning to Johnny Depp. It's just very weird, super weird. I think Amber Heard just fucked up a lot more than he did, and she
lied. That's the thing.
What was weird to me too is her lawyers were so comically bad. She had like fucking cartoonishly stupid lawyers, and it's like she's a fucking A-list celebrity, and you'd think her lawyers would be this shit. It's weird.
No, because you know why? It's not fucking weird. It's because it was another female trying to get away with It was a female doing abuse on a man, and she thought she'd get away with it because she's a girl. That's what it was, and that's why it looks so stupid. Because he literally, he may not be a saint, but he done no
he didn't
abuse
actually
to her.
hit her.
He didn't hit her. He didn't touch her. Maybe verbally abused. Yeah,
mental, emotional abuse. But
he never touched her. He never defamed her.
I don't know if he'd hit her. I said
never
that.
hit her.
I don't think he's the type that'll hit, but he definitely breaks shit and is very
maybe
aggressive.
a shove. I can imagine him shoving her or this and that.
But I don't know.
Fuck her, man.
Make the man some
what I'm
eggs.
saying is though, her lawyers are horrendous. If you watch that, her lawyers are just ridiculously bad for someone with that much money. Why were her lawyers so shit?
I did think that as well, yeah.
Some of the stuff the lawyers said, I wish I could remember off the top of my head. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I do remember they were saying like really
ridiculous
stupid shit. Like,
and when they condense it in that documentary, it does raise a bit more eyebrows. Like, I didn't realize when I was seeing it live, right, when it first came out, I was like, oh, poor guy, man, blah, 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 this and that. But then you realize that he was quite aggressive, and he would come home and be yelling at her. And she'd be, but then the thing is, she actually put hands on him, and there was recordings of her going, "I didn't hit you, I didn't punch you, I hit you. It's a different thing." Blah blah blah. So I think that it's hard because you said they look like they're acting. Of course, bro, because Johnny Depp, all he's done is act. So it did seem like an act, right? But I think it was real. But he knows how to sway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get exactly what you're saying.
And then when he said about there was fecal matter on the bed, and the way he said it, he goes, he did a smirk. Yeah, he went, and he knew, and then he knew he'd get the jury to kind of like laugh and be like, oh, like so. And she was doing the waterworks. That was like such a fake kind of cry thing. But yeah, it's funny when you get two people that. Because like I said before, like when you're an actor, I think the last episode we're talking about, when you're an actor, there's a bit of a screw loose, you know what I mean? Especially with Johnny Depp, there's more than one screw loose, I'll tell you that right now. He's amazing, but, he'd be going through some deep mental shit, you know what I mean?
What annoyed me so much about that is the way Heard mentality and the people who are like, justice for Johnny Depp, and they were like, so, like, they had to raise money to get these court documents declassified. It's like, dude, Like, and these people uploading clips to social media, like, what are we going to do now? The case is on hold for another fight. It's like, bro, get alive. What are you doing? These people don't give a fuck about you.
Maybe watch it, but don't get involved.
Like,
when you start getting involved,
and they're all like, yeah, fuck Amber Heard, fuck it. Like, bro, these people have no idea who you
they
are.
were calling her Amber Turd because she.
It's just silly. Like, and the whole there's definitely both sides have fucked up here. But when she severed his finger and shit, when it got to that point, she was fucking up. Like, she lied and she dug herself a hole.
That's what I mean. Like, but it is
she almost
kind
chopped his fucking thumb off.
Even though she's not in the wrong. I mean, sorry, she's not in the right. Like, she's definitely did the wrong thing. But I don't like how everyone sides with Johnny Depp just because he's beloved Johnny Depp and he's given us so many bangers of movies, which I love Johnny Depp. But then it's like I was still like, you know, you're not a saint, but she's more of a devil than you are in terms of.
That's right.
Because you can see, I don't know, like obviously I don't fucking know the bitch, but just by seeing it, like I
She
can
doesn't
imagine
seem normal.
She seems a bit toxic. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a popularity contest. You know what I mean?
And there's more supporters of Johnny Depp than there is of Amber Turd.
And just the herd mentality shit, the cancel culture, herd mentality. Stop that shit, man. Think for yourself. Don't be a sheep. You know, be objective. You're right. I love Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp's movies. You know, but be objective. I'm not gonna just side with him. If obviously I see this bullshit on both sides, I don't support either.
Like
of them.
Kevin
I think
Spacey,
they're both fucking in the wrong.
Kevin Spacey got caught touching a 14-year-old's cock, and he's an amazing actor. But then at some point, you got to go, it's not okay. It's not okay. Like, you know, he had me on House of Cards. I was like, this is a crazy TV show. And then he goes, Kevin Spacey was touching up a 14-year-old. I was like, I don't know if I can watch, but I still finished the season. I still finished the season.
Like, ooh,
But you're all for Johnny Depp. I know.
man,
We've spoken about it before.
Fucking bro. I'm telling you. Bro, fucking bullshit. That's why she did it.
Pass me the rum.
She's a piece of shit, and she thought she'd get away with it because she's a woman. That's why she did it. I don't care what anyone says. That's why she did it. Why? If you're that guilty, you almost chopped your fucking ex-husband's thumb off. Why would you even dare take that to court? Because you know you're going to lose.
Can I just interject real quick? How did she? I don't know if I even watched up to that bit or even knew that was a thing. How did she almost cut his finger off?
She pegged the bottle at it. She pegged the bottle and he tried to block it, and it's like almost severed his thumb.
Okay.
He was proven innocent.
Look,
that's all you need to know.
Everything we see in life is through the lens of people who have agendas, people who fund the media, people who fund the stories you're reading. We're not there. We don't know them personally. We don't see shit other than what we're told.
Yeah.
So everything is through a filtered lens. Everything. This applies to anything in life. So you got to be kind of like, don't be so gun-ho in like, this is the way, this is the way. Just
like
take it with a grain of salt.
Mandalorian, this is the way.
You know,
but like, I feel like sometimes, I'm not saying this is 100% the case, but sometimes if the man is kind of abusive, whether it's emotional or like, you know, mental, like verbal abuse, over time, the woman starts to, or man, whoever's doing it first kind of thing, they kind of think after a while that's normal, and then they go, instead of, you know, maybe leaving or just trying to, you know, calm down the situation, they kind of add to the fire, you know what I mean? And then so who knows, maybe this is just like a, you know, devil's advocate, maybe Amber Heard wasn't like that originally when they first met, and then after a while of being with Johnny Depp, if he was always on you know, had substance abuse, would come home, because that video of him coming home throwing shit and whatever, pretty aggro,
he was
right?
off his head.
He was off his head. So maybe after a
head.
while, like, she kind of matched that energy, because I know that if you're with someone toxic, by my past experiences, if you're someone toxic, they can bring out the worst in you. So 100%. It's kind of like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Is she the bad person because she's a bad person, or is she's just like fucked up from being with him for so long, and she's like the worst person now in the world because it's against Johnny Depp? Who knows?
The point I wanted to say on this when I brought it up to you guys is that in that case, a lot of people, when Amber Heard lost, a lot of women were saying, this is a massive loss for women. This is about why women don't speak up about abuse. This is why, and that is so wrong in my opinion. It is my opinion, but like, it's not about men versus women. It's about Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp. Doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with fucking abuse. They're not the spokespeople for people who have gone through abuse. You know what I mean? And I just think that's such a dangerous mentality that women always have to win, men always have to lose, or vice versa. It's not about that. Separate the fucking people from, you're boxing everybody in the world in a category. So when they're saying this is a massive loss for women all over the world should be ashamed and disappointed, they're not going to be able to speak up about abuse because they think they're just going to lose. Man, don't think of it like that. And anyone who hears this stuff shouldn't think of it like that. This is Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp, a unique situation to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not about fucking the loss for women or whatever. That's just my opinion. I just think that's a dangerous mentality to have. Everyone's the same and that's a dangerous path to go down. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Like, just because Amber Heard was kind of the liar in this scenario, but it's the fact that she was a woman and was the liar had nothing to do with, it's not got to do with the whole, you know, gender of like women as a whole. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
right.
it could have been, it's just the situation. That's it.
It's just two people who
always,
fucked up, you
people
know,
always
like-
want to jump online and have their hot take and then make it about the whole of women. Because I'm all for fucking, you know, for women. I'm all for like whatever. But like, don't try and like just interject just that so you have your say and be like, and make it a full mad feminist movement. Like, it's not what it is. It's just Amber Heard fucked up. Johnny Depp fucked up, but Amber Heard fucked up more. That's literally all it is.
That's what I think anyway.
Well, unfortunately, boys, that the rest of the world doesn't think like us. And they're always going to make that mentality of us versus them. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, it's just, and it's only going to get worse.
Don't box yourself into a category.
Worse from here. Especially some of the shit I see on TikTok in the comments. It's getting worse.
It's scary.
It makes me not want to have kids.
Yeah,
like, literally.
It is scary.
Like, it's very, 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 very scary.
People are just so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got points. I just wanted to bring that up. I thought you guys.
I've got a fucking funny point here. So the world's biggest city is actually not built by humans.
That's awesome.
A massive city has been discovered in Brazil. I'm going to assume probably the Amazon. It didn't actually say. It said, I think, northern or southern Brazil. There was over 200 million dirt mounds that they discovered as they were deforesting the area to make like paddocks and shit. Turns out there were termite mounds, but there was over 200 million of them, and they were each apparently exactly like the meterage, like 20 meters or whatever, exactly across and the same height. And they went on for like as far as the eye could see, over 200 million. So that just goes to makes you just think, how complex is that termite city under the ground?
Those mounds are actually just the mounds aren't the mounds are the leftovers of what they're digging underneath. They take the dirt and they put it in a mound.
Yeah, so it's all underneath. That's what I'm saying. Imagine
It's
what's
a massive-
underneath.
That'd be mad to see like a cross-sectional view of what it's like under there.
Have you seen those ant farms where they have a cross section or it's a glass wall and you can see what they built? It is nuts, dude.
Yeah.
They have full chambers where like the queen's in this chamber off all the eggs and then the workers are in this chamber. They have like locker rooms and shit.
How do they know?
And they have worker ants. They can form little bridges kind of thing to like get across things, and they piggyback each other almost.
Yep, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, for the size that they are, they're very fucking strong.
Because there's so many of them. But apparently the scientists reckon that this specific termite city probably started getting built 4,000 years ago around the same time that the Egyptians started building the pyramids. That's how like much of this shit there is.
Fuck, maybe they built the pyramids.
Imagine the whole time it was just ants.
It was just ants, bro. Yeah, they're carrying those 1-ton blocks, just like.
Yep. So I saw that. That was interesting. And I was like, holy
imagine
God
seeing that. And what, they would have just demolished that bad, but they would have been like, this is quite amazing. And then
the bulldozer.
This is awesome, skyscraper. Another fucking interesting one where apparently a baby in Beijing got treated for COVID. They gave it I didn't have COVID, but they gave it a COVID treatment, probably like a shot or some type of medicine. I think it was.
Where was it again?
A Chinese baby.
Okay.
It turned her eyes from brown to bright blue. So then the doctors all freaked out and like immediately stopped the treatment, and slowly over time the eyes are going back to normal color.
Imagine seeing an Asian with blue eyes. That never happens.
Bright blue eyes, but it was because of the medicine that they were giving this baby. Apparently it was only reported once before in India. Same thing happened to an Indian man. He jumped on COVID treatment stuff.
Same thing.
His eyes just
so maybe it's a genetic. Maybe it's
brown.
just like a genetic thing, like the makeup, like whatever your genetics are, just it mixes different. Then give me that shit, bro. I want blue eyes.
What are they fucking putting in this shit that's making?
I mean,
your fucking eyes go bright blue. That's what I'm saying. And I got injected with that shit.
I didn't. I had no fucking COVID treatment. I've never even fucking stuck one of them things up my fucking nose, to be honest. I didn't do fucking shit. Man, fuck that. And now look at yous. You all got fucking injected and shit for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I know, because I got COVID twice after the injection. It's like, what the fuck?
And you know, now they're saying that there's a new variant and shit, apparently, that only people who have been vaccinated
Can get it. Of course.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
that's why you don't take experimental shit.
It's actually crazy because I feel like for me, it's like, and for a lot of the world now, it's just like
It's
like
believe that happened.
Yeah,
It's
it is
nuts.
It is crazy when you
did
think
we
that.
actually live through that
I can't
shit?
believe that I was at work and they go, you can no longer work at this company unless you get an injection. And I'm like, well, fuck, I need money. So I just got it. And I was like, and I remember lining up at this school. They like emptied out the hall and made, put tables up and shit. And there was like all lines and shit.
Bro.
And we were just lining up like cattle to the slaughter. And it was just like, getting the injection. And I'm like, bro, this is so weird. And then she's like, oh, yeah, are you for the Pfizer? Oh, I'm like, yeah, Pfizer. And then like a few weeks later, my mum had blood clots in her lungs, and she had, to be fair though, she had a few before, like a while before, but she had no problems. But then about a month after she got it, there was like 3 that popped up or 4 that popped up. So she had to get on like blood thinners and shit. And it was just like, yeah, but I don't know, that couldn't be related. It probably maybe isn't, but who knows?
My biggest regret in life was letting the government push me around, and I should have. And I hated asphalting as well at the time. I still hate it as much as I hate it now.
Yeah.
And I still got that shot because I needed to work to pay bills.
Yeah.
The next time some shit like this happens, they can all go fuck
I'm
themselves.
so glad I did
because
not
now I'm
do
growing a third dick on the back of my ass, and that's been.
And it's bigger than the original one.
I'm so glad I
I will
didn't.
never forget when I went to go get my shot, bro. This was literally something out of The Walking Dead, bro. I went to the fucking what's that stadium nearby?
Penrith Stadium.
Not Penrith Stadium, the one in Para. I went to that.
Allianz, I think.
I think it was that one. I went to that. It was a stadium where a few hardstyle raves were on at.
Oh.
Not the Regatta Centre, the fucking other one. Anyway,
Whatever, yeah.
I went to this stadium, right, bro? I'll never forget it. I pulled up, I park in, whatever. I go up towards the stadium, and there was like thousands. I'm talking probably hundreds of thousands of people just walking. Like we were like zombies. We're just walking to the entrance, bro. We get there, and there was literally, bro, I promise you, like maybe 12 to 15 lines of humans and like little secchies there with their full hazmat suits on and shit. They had military like secchies there as well, security guards that were in the military. They had their little like army Hummer and shit parked there. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I was on Snapchat. I'm like, bro, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was like an episode of The Walking Dead. And we're all in these lines and like shuffle forward, don't be too close to each other. We're all shuffling forward. Then you go through the like sensor gates or whatever, then to the left, and then that's where they had all the rows of the doctors and the table sitting there injecting people. And it was literally like, sit down, next, sit down, next. But there was like 30 little booths of people doing that. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? And I'm sitting there going, I can't believe I'm about to fucking do this. I don't know what the fuck they injected into my body.
Yeah. And it's cooked because they said on the form, any side effects that you have after this, they're not liable.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is that most things get tested. Most vaccines or whatever have a lot of testing before
Like 10
the release.
years, like, yeah.
So yeah, it was
How
just
quick did
it
this-
was so cooked. But I'm happy we're out of it. And bro, like you can't surely, unless you're old even I heard it doesn't really affect young kids, just old people. Like young kids don't die from it. Maybe that's a generalization, but that's what I heard.
Yeah.
But unless you're old and grey, and that's another thing why it's good to work out, because fucking it does help if you're healthy.
If you're
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it ever gonna happen again?
Could probably. And it's funny they say it's a choice, but then they say if you don't get it, you can't work. But it's your choice.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, you can't work here, you can't work there, you can't pay your bills. But it's a choice. You still got the choice. I'm so glad I didn't do that fucking shit. Now look at you. They're backpedaling so much. So much of the things they've done, they're getting in trouble for now. And it's backfiring on the companies and the people who enforce these rules. A lot of people are suing their employers for making them get it. A lot of people are getting sick. A lot of people don't feel the same. A lot of people... And it's like, come on, man.
Well, this
I don't know.
This
but
reminds
I'm
me.
so grateful.
This reminds me of another point. I was actually talking to my old mate Jimmy at work. Shout out you, Jimmy W. James. We're talking at work. He was telling me that there's a documentary on Netflix apparently where it actually goes through. So remember in America where they had one of their many epidemics, but the what was it called? The
Swine flu, bird flu.
No. The opioids or whatever, the legal heroin. What do they call that? The legal
Opium? No, that's opium. That's different.
Codeine or Oxycontin or one of those, whatever the fuck it was.
Lean.
When they went through that epidemic, right, where people were, that's what doctors were prescribing to people. It was literally just legal heroin, right? And it turns out that the whole time that the pharmaceutical companies knew they were going to profit off the shit, and they knew that it was highly addictive.
Is that Painkillers? Is that new episode called Painkillers?
Yes.
Show?
Yes. I think it's that one. I don't know if exactly it's called Painkillers, but
okay.
he reckons it was really interesting, and it's fucked up because the pharmaceutical companies knew how fucked up this fucking shit was, this methadone clinics and all this shit, and how bad and addictive you can get to it. But they reckon what they were doing is that they were fucking sending like people to these clinics, like workers that work for these pharmaceutical companies, and telling doctors to up the dosages. So instead of giving like 10, 20 milligrams, these guys are rocking up and going, no, you guys need to up the dosages to like 60, 70 milligrams, and you guys got to give it out more. Give it out more. If someone's got a sore foot, boom. If someone's got a sore hand, boom. If someone's feeling tummy ache, boom.
Is that because they know they're going to get hooked and they'll be back
and they'll be back buying more. And that's what led to one of America's biggest drug epidemics with this fucking prescription drug shit. And it was all because of the pharmaceutical companies trying to profit and getting greedy.
I have a feeling he's talking about referring to the new show called Painkillers, which is with this, I forget his name, but he's a famous actor. But I heard about that. It actually delves into, even though it's a fictional story, it's based off that shit. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I want to.
I want to watch it, bro.
That shit, man, like, that's why, like, for example, weed, like yesterday I went online and I signed up for medical vape pen, like oil, because I was sick of just smoking weed and having a joint. And like, when I say sick of it, it's like, you know, I smoke kind of regularly. I'd say regularly compared to you or definitely yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I would consider regularly, right? But not so much. I have friends that smoke regularly. I don't smoke that much, but regularly enough that when you have a billy, right, you look like a bit of a crackhead. But in the car. But when you have a joint, it's like I can't roll a joint. So I went online and I bought this for $130. I bought this 1 gram cartridge of oil. And I have a friend that has it, and he's like, get this certain cartridge, and it lasts you ages, because I don't need much if I smoke, and I bought a $35 vape pen to go with it, and I ordered it today, it comes tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I literally rang a doctor over the phone, got a consult for $40, and he's like, oh, so what's your problem? And I'm like, oh, I got chronic pain because I injured my chest, which I did. Remember I tore my chest?
I did.
I actually did it, but I said to him, I'm experiencing pain and lack of sleep. I sleep fucking fine. I go to bed, Tori.
But I'll sleep better.
Yeah, Tori always says, Tori's like, well, you are out like that, right? Especially after sex. I'm like, I'm fucking, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't sleep well. I have a few symptoms, and I'm like, oh, and I've been told that this certain brand of vape is really good. So can I get prescribed that? Ask me a few more questions. Boom, it's coming tomorrow. So it's just fuck? But it's like that, right? Is like cannabis, right? Whether it's oil or just CBD, even if it's not the psychedelic version, because CBD has a lot of benefits for pain and etc. Pharmaceutical companies don't want you to, or nowadays it's, you know, medical, like for example, now it's legal medical, but in the past, especially in America back in the day before it was legal, pharmaceutical companies didn't want that because they lose out on a lot of money. Like you said, they want to push prescription pills on you, which are bad for your health, right? Cannabis, still to this day, weed isn't bad for you. But then again, you can get an addiction to anything. You can get a sex addiction, gambling addiction, whatever. But it doesn't mean that weed has a chemical compound that is addictive, whereas smoking cigarettes, nicotine is addictive. Nothing in weed is addictive, but the act of doing it is addictive. Sex, it's an action. You can get addicted. Gambling is an action. You get addicted. So you can misuse weed. I'm not saying weed's for everyone, but it's a better fucking, what am I trying to say? A better substitute than a lot of pharmaceuticals, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, and this is... like, I don't know, this is a story I'll tell it, but it's real quick. I had a friend's brother who passed away because like years ago, he did have a bit of a, not coke problem, but he did do coke kind of frequently, like a little bit, like a lot of weekends he'd party. But then after he'd get on the rack, instead of smoking or whatever because he couldn't sleep, he'd take Zennies. And one day he died in his sleep, and his brother and my mate found him in bed. And
terrible.
It's terrible, bro. And that's a Zen. And fair enough. The Zennies wouldn't have maybe done it unless you OD'd on Zennies alone. But the Coke and the Zennies, it's just, you got upper, downer, and he just didn't wake up one morning. And I'm like, fuck, bro, Zennies scare me, man. The only time I'll take sleeping pills is on a plane, a flight, when I really need it. And even then,
That's crazy.
I'm very gentle with them. I'm kind of worried about that shit. But weed, bro, you smoke too much, you pass out, you wake up hungry as fuck, you eat everything in the pantry. That's it. You're like, no, you can't OD on weed. I mean, you can maybe fall asleep, but that's about it. You know, what I'm trying to say is, a lot of in a roundabout way. That was a long fucking explanation, but yeah, pharmaceuticals, man, no good. I don't trust a lot of, unless I need it. But a lot of people after surgeries get hooked on OxyContin because if it's a long recovery, they get used to it. And then it feels good, the pain relief, and they get hooked. Like a lot of people get hooked off that shit.
Hulk Hogan on the Joe Rogan podcast was saying that because he had that many surgeries because of wrestling injuries. After one of his surgeries, I think when he fucked his back or something, the doctors prescribed him fentanyl. Now, again, if you don't know what fentanyl is, that's a fucking scary, scary, scary drug. Very dangerous. I don't even know if you can get it here.
People die from it.
Bro, fentanyl, I've done the research on it. I've seen YouTube videos and shit because in America, they're fucked on it. Fentanyl is one of those, any drug is, but fentanyl is so precise with the dosages. If you even do 1 milligram more than your body can handle, you're gone. It will kill you. It will fizz your heart out. And they started giving that to Hulk Hogan. He got hooked on it and he had to go through a fentanyl addiction and full fight it and shit and try to come back to normal because he said that he was so fucked from pain from surgeries and injuries. The fentanyl was feeling so good. Next thing you know, a couple years down the track, he's been popping 7, 8 fucking.
They kept giving him more.
And that's what he said. That's what he said that he couldn't believe. After now years later, obviously he's almost fucking 60, 70.
He's in
now.
Amazing shape.
Yeah, he looks better than he does now than he was when he was fucking 20.
Yeah.
But he said that now that he looks back at it, he can't believe that his doctors were just giving it to him like that. He'd be ringing up. And the doctors wouldn't even ask questions. They just send a box of pills out to him of fentanyl.
Yeah.
And he said that by the time he kicked his addiction, he was doing 60 milligram tablets and he was popping 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
And he was just that off his head. He didn't even know what time it was, what day of the week it was.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard that's how Mac Miller died, and even Prince, how he went. Just the same shit. Just I might be wrong, but I heard that. They had a bit of a coke problem, and a lot of people die from fentanyl that's in coke.
Yeah, isn't fentanyl? Don't they cut coke with it, and that's how a lot of
they've been doing it. They've been doing it recently. They've been doing it recently. Yeah, I don't think it's been a thing for ages, but I know. Okay. I could be wrong again, but I know recently because I actually saw news articles from Channel 9 News and shit a couple years ago, and even recently where they warn, they go, fuck, people are mixing fentanyl in with cocaine and shit like that. And no doubt cocaine is probably one of the most popular drugs in young adolescents these days.
But why not mix it with glucose or fucking
pre-workout or something?
Pre-workout, I don't know, bro.
It is weird, if you're a drug dealer, what?
Do you have cruel intent?
They use rat poison and shit as well.
But why, bro? Do you want to kill?
Couldn't you just get salt?
You're not going to have customers if they're all dead.
But the thing
how
is,
cheap is salt?
But they use this stuff because salt won't give you a buzz and people can see it's salt. Whereas things like rat poison or fentanyl and stuff, they obviously, or pre-workout even, they give you you can get away with a little bit of a buzz. Maybe they give you something. You might feel something. But what's with Hulk Hogan's hair, by the way? I've seen videos of him wrestling when he's fucking 20 and shit. His hair was horrible back then. It's better now. And then he's got the top's bald. Yeah. I saw in one of the recent WrestleManias where he came back, he had the yellow mustache.
He's always had that.
Over the black beard. He had a black beard and he had the yellow mustache.
Yeah, that's NWO Hulk Hogan.
What is that?
I like it.
I like it. Yeah,
it's different.
How does he do that? Is it dyed or is it fake?
He must dye it, right?
I think he dyes. He dyes either this bit or that bit.
Yeah, something's dyed.
No, his hair would be black, I think, and he dyes the mustache.
Okay, yeah.
But
I don't know.
I remember watching that. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Anything that cunt does looks cool. Bro, he was on the Joe Rogan podcast and he was just doing this or something, and Joe Rogan stopped and he's like, bro, look at your bicep. And he's and he flexed, and he's jacked still, bro.
Yeah. He's still working out every day, eating 12 eggs a day and shit. He's good, man.
And
He's
brings
good.
us back to fucking working out, bro.
Yes, it's full
literally
circle to the
does.
start of the podcast,
Yeah.
bro. Full circle. But yeah, Hulk Hogan's great, man. Bro,
I like Hulk Hogan,
his
yeah.
theme song makes me want to go sign up to the American Army. I am a real American. And he come out and the crowd will be going. And he comes out, bro. He's got the drunken wrestling dad style where he's like stumbling and doing all these.
yeah.
And the crowd's loving it, bro. It makes me want to like stand up and like salute the American
Yeah,
flag.
it makes
and
me want to
shit.
buy
Like,
an eagle.
yeah, he's great, man. I love that guy, bro. Love him. I was messaging him the other night. Great guy.
He'll be on next week.
I got one for you. This one, okay, this is where we're going to get
Deep.
a little scary, boys.
Okay.
Do I still have the sci-fi song on here?
That's not that one.
Liftoff will start.
That will do, boys. We got rid of the fucking doo-doo.
Yeah.
Remember we used to have that little weird
Yeah, the
sci-fi when
X-Files.
Dylan used to wear his tinfoil hat. Now he doesn't wear it. He's retired his tinfoil hat. It's tucked away for good. All right, I'll give you a scary one. This one's going to keep you up at night, my boys. So, scariest things that science have proven are real. How the brain is literally rewired and chemically altered by childhood neglect and abuse. Not just abuse, but also how easy it is to actually rewire the brain in general. So I'll say the points, then we can just have a little quick discussion over it. That one is, I think everyone's known that because what do they say? It takes only like 21 days or something for your brain to pick up like something or to finally start getting like good at something. What is it? Or like, it's like 21 days. If you do something for 21 days straight, like your chances of success at it like increase like by heaps.
Oh, I never heard that.
You haven't
Yeah,
heard
me
that?
neither.
You haven't heard that? Okay,
No.
yeah,
No.
okay, yeah. Next one. The size of our galaxy, how many other galaxies there are and how far away they are when you can
dude.
actually see something that is incomprehensible. The nearest star to us will take the Voyager 70,000 years to reach. The nearest galaxy to ours will take the Voyager 749 million years. If we somehow managed to take on the monstrous task of speed of light travel, it would still take us 25,000 years to reach the nearest galaxy.
I love this shit, man. This
Yeah.
shit still people don't understand.
I can't comprehend it, man.
You can't as a human. You can't as a human.
You go for a drive that's 4 hours and you're like, this is long.
We look at millions of stars in the night sky every night.
And
They're
they're ages
fucking so
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
away. It's unbelievable. And what I realized in just quickly on in Ahsoka, what I love too about Star Wars. Remember I was saying it makes sense because it's a massive universe. The crazy thing is that everything we've ever seen in Star Wars is that one galaxy. And in Ahsoka, they finally start playing with the idea of other galaxies
Yeah, yeah.
far away, and
Yeah.
even to them,
It's
like
ages
they're
away, yeah.
like it's
crazy,
incomprehensible, and that's real life, man. Like that shit can be out there happening right now. There could be space battles going on, fucking 20 billion light years away. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
that is
this
crazy.
shit is
Ahsoka's out there
and
sitting on a lightsaber.
It could be, it could, bro. Like it could be
Other
real.
aliens
man.
out there doing a
It's
podcast. Like,
infinite.
Have you heard of FireCast? I know why aliens are doing this.
They got dicks for
Yeah,
no-
but you forget that stars, they look so small, but I wonder how big the stars are. Like
Massive.
It'd be interesting to somehow just like pull up in a spaceship right opposite a star, like, and just be like, is that a planet? You're like, no, that's a star, because stars
Oh,
are
McDonald's
planets,
here.
aren't they? Like,
No.
when I say planets, are they? When I say planets, they're not planets because planet. But what? I mean, don't they say stars are like kind
No,
of not
the
planets?
sun
but-
is a star, so our sun is a star. Stars are their own thing. They're stars, right? There's different types of stars, but each star, like almost all of them, have planets revolving around them.
Okay.
Most stars are so massive. Our sun is a small star compared to most of the other ones.
Isn't it funny that
That's
though the
fucked.
sun is the biggest? We see the
In
sun.
the solar system, it's the biggest thing,
Yeah.
but it's a small star.
Our solar system, right? It's the
our
biggest
solar
thing.
system. The sun is way bigger than Jupiter. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
It's just
But
a giant fireball
it's a
in the
kind-
fucking.
Like it could kill us.
It's not
it
the
could
smallest
destroy
star.
us.
And you know, India sent a
Yeah, they're trying to
a
get to
probe
the sun.
to
Yeah.
learn more about the sun. They're sending a probe that's gonna watch the sun. But man, I could go on about this shit forever. Like it's just the scale we're not meant to understand as humans,
No,
and we
no.
never will. Maybe when we die, we'll understand it more. We'll go into the void.
We'll have like
we'll
a
become-
DMT trip.
Yeah,
and just like
seriously. But like, yeah, people, nuts. If you want to humble yourself, go outside, really dark at
Where
night,
there's
just
no
look at the
lights
stars.
though. A lot of
No
light,
lights,
a lot of light pollution. You don't realize if you ever go somewhere like once I went to Perishow, we stayed at this little log cabin near Perishow. There was no lights around. I looked up and I was like, I was on shrooms at the time though, and I was looking up and I swear to God, it reminded me of like, mind you, I was tripping a bit, but regardless. It was a beautiful night sky. All these stars, bro. It flooded the sky because some nights it's not as
There's a couple stars.
but this was like I was in a fucking scene from fucking Ahsoka or something. You know what I mean? Like,
But that's how it is all the time, which is crazy. And we're just so much light pollution that it gets, it gets dulled. But
I was going to say that too. India, you guys are getting ahead of yourselves. They got to the moon once. Now they're sending shit to the sun and
you
shit.
know, apparently they're going to change their name to Bharat.
Yeah, to Bharat. Why again?
what name? What do you mean?
So India, apparently there's talks like in the latest summit and shit where the countries met or whatever, that instead of saying, welcome from the president of the Republic of India, which is what it normally says president of Bharat. And they had a lot of things and hints that they want to change their name to Bharat. And that's because they're trying to... So India is a British colonization name. So that's what the British... And in recent years, India have been trying to move away from the British colonization.
Yeah, okay.
So apparently they kind of want to change their name back to Bharat. If
wonder
they do,
what
it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
They have to change so many things.
Yeah, but imagine the paperwork for
wait,
that.
hold up. So if someone's like, hey, I am Indian,
I'm
right?
from Bharat.
Would they not
Yeah,
say?
good.
Would they say I'm Bharatian or I'm?
Bharatian, yeah.
Indians, I think India is the English name. I think Indians might have a different name for themselves in their languages. And
Oh,
shit.
yeah, maybe.
I don't know what they call. I'm pretty sure they do. It's not India. They don't
Papadum?
say
Curries.
something. But yeah, apparently they're going to change their name. But India have always been. They got 1 billion people, dude. They've always been ahead
Bro,
in tech.
1 billion
They're
people.
quite good.
Ahead of tech, but I do hear there's like some people shitting on the street
Oh,
in some
yeah,
areas,
no,
like
but-
crazy.
but
But there's areas like that a lot of
The field of science I'm more talking about. So in terms of their scientists and the money they have for technology and
Yeah.
things, is quite good.
Yeah, well, there are a lot. There's a lot of smart Indians around, bro. I've met a lot of
for sure.
smart fucking.
They
Indians.
own everything here because
Yeah.
they're smart business.
Yeah, a
smart.
lot of people they go from India because they have nothing there, and they start businesses here.
Yeah.
And they send money back over to their family, and then they open up businesses there,
Yep.
but have like a dual thing going here and
yeah.
there. And then sometimes they make enough money here to then get enough money to start their businesses there, where they're kind of more wealthy because everything else is kind of
Don't
cheaper.
forget, bro. 100 Aussie dollars is like 20,000 rupees, bro. Yeah. You just send $100, bro. You feed your family for a year,
Hey,
bro.
they only went to the moon for what, 6 rupees? Didn't we say?
6 or 7 rupees, bro. That's insane. That's fucking insanity. Now, this one I didn't understand. I was hoping you guys could help me with this one. This one I've read like 20 times. I don't get it. So it's a theory called the orangutan paradox. When we film a documentary on orangutans, they can't realize that we are observing them. Yet they are the most intelligent species of their category. So aliens might be watching us and we are just as oblivious as an orangutan. So then it says a 4th dimensional being could be very close, but just going unseen, like your hand over a sheet of paper.
You don't get it?
Can you explain? I kind of get it.
That
but I
last
don't-
bit again.
So it's like saying a 4th dimensional being could be very close, but just be going unseen.
Okay.
Like your
Undetected.
hand over a sheet of paper.
Okay.
But what does it mean about the orangutan things?
Well, because so basically all it's saying is I could go up to my dog or anything with a camera on its face, filming it. The dog's not going to know what I'm doing. That's why the orangutans, when we go and film them, they don't know what we're doing. They don't know we're observing
Yeah, but they
them.
still see us though.
Yeah, but then that's the second bit is talking about. So like they don't know what we're doing. We just look like we're doing human things, walking around doing human things. So like say this is a bad example, but say there's a 4th dimensional being. We can't perceive the 4th dimension, right?
yeah.
Or the 5th dimension, I should say. Well, but like say they figured out a way where every bit of wood on Earth is connected to them somehow, and that's how they observe us. So there's little cameras, 4th dimensional fucking cameras in all timber. And now we're sitting here on a timber table.
And they're just
they're
watching us.
watching us through the timber table. We have no idea.
Okay, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They just have ways of observing us without us being able to.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe their cameras look like tables.
Yeah,
We're just like,
something like that,
There's a monkey at the window with a camera. Like,
that was a shit example, but like that's the idea.
but that made me
Yeah.
understand it. Okay, because I read that like 20 times. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, monkeys are invisible? I'm like, what does this fucking mean?
yeah,
Okay.
can I just piggyback off the monkey thing?
Yeah.
I seen this TikTok today, and it was backed up by proof because he proved it. But Shaq was on this podcast, and apparently he's gone around to Logan Paul's podcast and said the same story, multiple podcasts, right? And backed it up by evidence. But Shaq has apparently been like Shaquille O'Neal's been like to almost every zoo on the in the world. He literally has. He's like, and everyone's like, no, you haven't. He's like, no, I literally have. I've been to almost every, if not every zoo in the world I've been to, right? And he's like, and every time when he goes to the gorilla enclosures, the gorillas, like, they run up to the cage and they go, ooh, ooh, and or they just look, or they look at him and they're like this, and they look because they're sizing him up, going, "What are you doing outside the cage?" But I'm in the cage, as if they think he's a gorilla. And these podcasters are like, "No, they don't." And then he goes, "No, they do. I swear to God." And he rang up the zoo owner, one of the zoo owners, and said, "Hey, what do the gorillas do every time I rock up?" And he was the zoo owner on the podcast was like, "But yeah," said the exact same thing. How funny is that? That because Shaq is, you know, massive black dude, right? And these gorillas are huge and black as well. They literally think he's a gorilla. How funny is that?
I've heard him say that. That's
isn't that
awesome.
funny that like gorillas can, even though they're wrong in thinking that Shaq is a gorilla, but they can kind of. Isn't that funny? Like, I would love.
They see the similarity.
Wouldn't you love to have that effect?
Funny,
I would love to have that effect on gorillas when gorillas are intrigued in me amongst like. Not anyone else. Like anyone else, they're like, okay, like whatever, you're humans. But if I went to a zoo and these gorillas were just like, oh, like I wouldn't like if they got out.
I'd be very scared.
It'd be very intimidating. But Shaq is bigger than a lot of these gorillas, bro. Maybe not in thickness, but he's
taller,
a
for
tall
sure.
motherfucker.
He's massive, dude.
Yeah.
Could he take a gorilla?
No.
A gorilla will rip his fucking head off.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's pretty big.
Yeah.
Bro, gorilla would tear you limb from limb, man. Chewbacca style.
And it's like, yeah, I don't know. And I have this weird thing, bro. Every time I see Shaq in his hands, I'm like, bro, I just want to see his soft dick, bro. I'm like, bro, even if he had a small penis, that's bigger. That's like his average penis is a normal guy's huge schlong. You know what I mean?
So
I feel sorry for any girl that he's ever got with.
Want me to stir your whiskey there, Joe?
Actually, yeah. He stirs my whiskey with his cock.
Give me a sec.
Oh my God.
Many cities in Texas have brain-eating amobia in their lakes. Don't know what the fuck that is, but it doesn't sound good.
Amoeba.
It's probably why Texans are so stupid. Okay, this one's crazy. This one says, how big and empty the universe actually is. Atoms are even emptier than the solar system. We are literally nothing held together or apart by forces, not matter.
Everything
Everything is made up of atoms. Everything.
It's an atom.
Everything.
Or 10,000 atoms.
Everything.
Atoms.
Yeah, people named Adam.
People name Adam.
Everything that is big is a big version of everything that's small. Everything's the same. If you look at an atom, it looks like a fucking solar system. You know, it's got the ring and the planet. Yeah. Everything's the same. So, yeah, it's just more of what we were saying before. Everything's just massive. There's so much emptiness in space.
I've got an idea for one of our episodes. Should we get like those little fucking Bunsen burner things and like look through them at like the end of our knobs and shit?
You mean like telescope? Like
a microscope.
Oh,
a microscope.
A Bunsen
burner's the flame.
The fire.
Sorry. Like a microscope.
Microscope.
And we'll just look at like our dicks and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're just looking at the atoms that are like make up your penis.
They're all really, really, really small. Extra small.
Yeah, I'd be troubled if I had to look at my...
You can't see nothing. Like, oh. Okay. This one's a scary one, to be honest. Again, don't know how true any of these are. You guys on TikTok can fucking roast us for
This
it.
is true. This is the Bible.
This has got to be. Lobsters are practically immortal and continue to grow as long as they don't die from disease or killed by predators. So, in theory, somewhere out there in the ocean, there could be like 100-foot lobster.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I've heard that before.
I've heard they're
Apparently,
ancient.
they just keep growing.
Yeah, I've heard they're ancient as fuck. And I've heard that like in what's that guy's name that's fucking really...
Dubai.
No.
What?
No,
Dubai.
what's the guy? Jordan Peterson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson wrote a book, 12 Rules of Life, right? And one of his rules were like, hold yourself, like be like a lobster. When I say it sounds stupid, but like, when a lobster is defeated by another lobster, it loses its like masculinity and loses and kind of retreats and gets a bit like, you know, insecure and gets a bit and it gets down. But when you like when the lobster that kind of puts itself out there and takes risks in life, whether it's like mating or whether it's trying to insert itself into the hierarchy in the lobster world, they succeed. And then the ones that kind of don't, their shell softens and their whole structure changes, molecular structure changes. So the ones that look, you know,
like the jacked lobsters.
other than aging, of course, but the ones that age well are the ones that have dominated in life, and the ones that age poorly and frail are the ones that kind of haven't been that successful and haven't really taken any chances, or, you know, with mating they haven't been successful because of the way they hold themselves. So it's just kind of in a roundabout way. I'm not butchering it, but I'm paraphrasing like a motherfucker here. There was way more to it, but I just found it interesting that lobsters, even though they're alien-like, because the sea is kind of like space, but like upside down, like the opposite, like
Space, but upside down.
It's like Stranger Things, like the upside down, because like there's squids and shit, there's giant squids, there's this and that. So it's like, it's crazy to think that, like you said, if they're as ancient as you say they are, it's like, I don't know, there seems to be a hierarchy in every walk of life, whether it's like chimp empire, like we said,
lobsters.
But
what's crazy is that with a lobster, you just got to somehow escape getting caught in a net, because I'm sure we overfish lobster like crazy.
bro, yeah.
We if I can't be fucked to Google it, but I'm sure we'd be catching like 100,000 lobsters.
And
a day.
how many Asian restaurants have you gone in and there's live lobsters in the tank, and they're like, and you can order the lobster. Like I went to Sydney fish markets, just under Anzac Bridge there,
full of
in the
lobsters.
city. Bro, there was a lobster fish tank. I seen some Asian guy go like point to one, and they grab it live. They're like, this thing's still moving, like, and they just put it in this like styrofoam box, and they're just like, he walks out with it. I'm like, imagine leaving the fish market with a live lobster.
Well, bro, you can ask Chloe this story to confirm my fucking story. We were in Greece, right, when we were in Positano the night we got engaged, right? We had this expensive ass restaurant.
Italy, you mean? Italy. You said Greece.
Oh, sorry, Italy. Italy. Well, the night we got engaged, we had this expensive ass restaurant. The motherfuckers had a lobster in a little box where we were eating, because every time a customer sat down, the little old fucking Italian guy would come over and go, "Oui, the special today is this blue lobster, very rare," giving you some bullshit story, right? Trying to sell you this fucking $500 lobster. I'm like, no, don't eat lobster. Bro, ask Chloe, this poor motherfucking lobster tried to make a run for it. He jumped out the cage. And everyone was like, freaking out. And the guy was like, giggling. And he grabbed the lobster and just threw it back in the box. And I literally said to Chloe, I was like, I was this close to asking to buy it. And I would free it. And just to free the cunt, bro. I'm like, fuck, this poor cunt.
Yeah.
Like, he literally tried to make a run for it. Like, he jumped out the box, bro.
Lobster lives matter.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, it is kind of a bit inhumane, like to when something's live and you're like, I want to eat that. Like when I used to go to the caravan park down south in Kiama, which is like 2 hours from here. We used to go fishing and shit, and sometimes we'd set up crab traps, and you just have like, it's like, I forget how it works, but it's just like a milk bottle and floats, and then it's connected to a rope, and then there's a crab trap at the bottom, and then after a day of fishing, you go collect the crab traps and you pull it up, and then there's usually we caught a lot of blue swimmer crabs and stuff, and these blue swimmer crabs obviously were alive and we caught them. And there was this one time I remember thoroughly my uncle cooking it alive, and you heard it screaming in the pot.
Yeah, you have to cook them alive.
Yeah, you have to cook them alive. So you heard it literally in the pot. You cook them.
Motherfucker!
Yeah, it sounds like the old kettles. You know how back in the day it's like, and it was like a kettle going, and it's like, this thing's
fucked.
like, and then it turns orange.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
That's fucked.
See, I love a good crab leg butt.
Oh, it's delicious.
When you go to kick it in, have you been kicking in
I
before?
went there not long ago.
I want to try it, man.
Garlic butter, crab, lobster. Oh, man.
How good is it?
I want to go try it.
You get a bit of rice, a little cup of rice, and you dip that bad boy in the garlic sauce.
Bro, can we get kicking in takeaway and eat it on the podcast?
Yeah, that'll be a lot of ASMR though.
This one's a giant squids. Suddenly the old sailors' stories of krakens wrapping tentacles around ships and pulling them to the depths doesn't seem like fiction. So we know that there's giant squids. We now also know that there's colossal squids, which is bigger than giant squids. So those old stories of old men sailing back in the seas, maybe it was just giant squids that were just coming to the surface more. Or you could just see them swimming.
But
it's possible.
The trouble with that is though, how often would that happen? And then once it does happen once, how many embellish, like make up stories because they're like, oh, it's happened before. I'm sure it did happen, but I just question the amount of times that it has happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm sure at some point there would have been some old geezer back in like the 1800s who actually saw
drunk
something.
Off rum as well.
And he's like, fuck. He's like, I actually just saw a fucking tentacle come up out of the water. No one would believe the old crazy kook.
No.
But it was legit. Let me see if I've got a few more here. Oh, this is a weird one. Remember, these are all apparently proven by scientists as well. That's what it says at the start of the slideshow. And by the scientists, I mean the scientists that work at TikTok. How scarce drinking water actually is and how high the chances are of actually World War III being over water. Now, I actually saw a point on water not long ago, which I can't even remember, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it, but it had something to do with like water shortages, which is weird because can't you just get water from the ocean and then just filter it or no?
Well, in Dubai, that's what they do. All of Dubai's water is really in desalination plants because Dubai we're in the middle of the fucking desert, right? So they get water from the ocean and they desalinate it. So you can desalinize ocean water. I don't know the specifics of how it works, but it's a whole process. You need a massive fucking factory.
Like a proper plant.
Surely we don't have to do that here, though, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
But drinking water is, I mean, I don't know how they make water, how they filter the water, where they get the water from.
Because they say tap water is bad for you because it's got fluoride in it, but then I hear other sources that say you need a bit of fluoride because it's good for your teeth, but then other people say it's bad.
It's like water is from springs. Spring water, right? They get the springs from like mountainous places and shit, and they take the water from the springs, right? And they assume they filter it, right? Do something.
They have to, yeah. But then it's like I had a filtered tap at home and then I was drinking filtered water for years and then mum goes, you're probably better off using the tap. I'm like, why? She's like, I haven't changed that filter in 8 years. And I was like, bro, so I've been going, yeah, what the fuck? So I don't know, bro. But imagine having a war over water, like you said. They'd be like throwing bottles of fucking Voss water.
Like you're pouring it out just to piss your mate off. Like
pour one out for the homies. Yeah. All the fallen
it's all
warriors.
just water. Oh, I've got 2 more points, boys. Let's end this on a happier note because all that weird fucking facts probably scared the shit out of everyone. A man in America, I think it was Texas or wherever, was found driving down the street with a fully grown male bull in his car, but he had broken half the windshield and the bull was hanging out of the car. And look how big this thing is.
What the fuck? Holy
Bro,
shit.
that is crazy.
He ended up getting pulled over and not getting in trouble, but he'd got a stern warning to turn around and take it home immediately.
I love how in America, if that happened here, you'd get a fine and everything. In America, they're like,
just take it home.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you got a buffalo hanging out the front of your car.
Oh, this? I didn't even see it.
Yeah. What the fuck? That's crazy, bro. And that's got horns for days, bro. That thing's like...
Imagine that scratches some cunt's car.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you,
that
man.
bull's like, that bull literally called shotgun, bro. That bull literally just went in there.
And
that's cooked.
I guess we'll wrap it up after this one. I think we've been going for like an hour and a half now. To end on a cool, light, enjoyable note, a zoo in America has possibly the very first ever giraffe born without spots, but it's still got the original brown fur. So there has been giraffes in the past born without spots, but they've been like albino type white looking giraffes.
But this one's brown.
This one actually looks like an adorable...
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
A lot of animal people think it could be the only one in the world born like that.
So are they brown with cream spots?
No, I think...
They're like yellow with brown spots.
They're yellow with brown spots.
There's one next to it. They're white with brown spots. This one's just the full color of a spot.
You know what I was thinking, what I was saying when I saw this? Imagine, like, that looks more normal than a yellow and brown spot fucking animal. So imagine if they were all like that and then one was born with fucking...
spots. One was normal.
How weird is a fucking giraffe, man?
Yeah.
They got little antennas and shit. Like, they're fucking weird, bro.
And they got long purple tongues, bro. Have you ever seen, like, people feed it? And they're like purple tongues.
They're the best.
Yeah?
It's my girlfriend's favorite animal, a giraffe.
They're fucking strange, man.
And have you seen them fight? Their necks, they swing their necks and they were boom, boom. And they bang each other hard. Like, like you hear it crack.
Like,
yeah,
they're fucked.
Like it actually cracks. Well, yeah, that's it for me, man.
And you know what's funny too about the giraffes? They're like, I can't remember who I saw saying this, but they're the only animal in the zoo that is like happy to be there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like giraffes are so placid. Like,
they're the best.
And it's like, how do they sleep? Do they sleep standing up?
I think they sit down.
They lay down.
Oh, okay, they lay down.
It takes them like 40 minutes to sit down, though.
I mean, that's stupid. Do any animals really sleep standing up?
Horses can.
Horses can.
Horses, yeah.
Cows, maybe?
Horses,
cows lay down.
No, cows lay down.
I've seen cows lay down.
Horses are sad animals, eh? Every time you drive, like I was driving in the rain once to work at my asphalt job. It was pissing down like torrential rain, and I'm driving past this paddock, and there was just a horse standing there just munching on
They
grass.
don't give a
I was
fuck,
like, bro, go get shelter, man. Go home. Go home.
I love horses, bro. My old man has horses. My whole life he's had horses. He races. He has 2 race horses now, but it's a hobby of his. He's won. He won like maybe.
Wait, what? At your house in St. Clair?
No. He rents a spot at these stables in Hawkesbury.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was younger, I used to play soccer for years. And when my sisters used to play netball, on Saturday when you're younger, that was like the sport day. Like I used to play soccer day, but he'd get all of us after the sporting, after I played soccer and they played netball, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, I need to go feed the horse. So you want to come with me? I'll get his Maccas." We're like, "Ooh, Maccas!" We used to go to the stables in Hawkesbury. I used to just pat the horses, man. They would rub between the eyes and stuff. And then like I just love horses. But you're right. When they're just out there, just sometimes they don't care that
they don't give a
they're in the rain. And like one time there was a big flood, and one of the horses got swept away by this flood, and they had to literally, they had to literally go find this fucking thing. My dad's got shit knees, so he had to get the owners out there to run after it.
Holy,
the horse is just floating down the street.
Bro,
still just eating like.
Yeah, but I love horses, bro. And yeah,
I want to go horse riding. I think I've been horse riding once. That was in Uruguay.
Yeah, once in South America.
Yeah,
they're such lean, muscular animals. When you see a wild horse, like just free, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of sad when a horse kind of has a bit of a, like, not all horses, but race horses have a bit of a sad life. Not all of them, but if they get injured, man, it's sad to see.
Gone. They put
them down, bro. And it's like sometimes if they're bred for just racing, you know, once they injure their leg or anything, it's kind of a cruel life. Like for us, if you injure your leg, you sit it out for 6 months. A horse can't really cope off its feet for that long. So it's kind of, we're back in the morbid section. But
I worked with a guy who got a horse, right? He had a horse on his farm, and he reckons that he got the horse for only like $200 from Rose Hill Raceway or whatever, the horse track there, because
they were going to kill it anyway.
They were going to kill it anyway. So apparently they put up a post saying, hey, $200, but you got to come pick it up today, or they were going to shoot it. Obviously.
So you would have had to get the horse trailer and stuff.
He reckoned he just rocked up with a box trailer and put it in and took it to his farm. I was like, fuck. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, they do it all the time. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. He goes, they don't put up a post saying they're going to kill it, but when you see the racetrack putting up a post saying cheap horse must pick up today, you know that they're going to afterwards. So he went and saved it. Like, fuck, good on you, bro. Good on you.
Yeah, that's good. I'd do that.
That's it for me, man.
My mate once had a bet. One more thing. He had a bet on this horse and it was paying 200 to 1. And he put like $10 on it.
Yeah, you told us this.
I did, eh?
And then he got voided. Because he was on like sports bet.
The gate opened early. But he loves horses as well. And ever since then, he's never bet on the horses again. He's like, fuck these motherfuckers.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, that's a rip-off, bro.
But yeah,
man. My boys, anyone else got anything to say?
No, I don't think so.
That's
Joey,
it, man. I mean, I appreciate everyone that listens. I love doing this week to week, bro. When we miss a week, I'm like, oh man, it's sometimes it's hard to get everyone free. We do pretty good considering, but it's good, you know. We always seem to make it work, and then if all of us can't be here, there's usually 2 or whatever. So I'm happy to keep doing this, boys. I'm really liking it.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
I feel like the during the week kind of might work better for everyone if we can get it on a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Yeah, just
because he's off. I know it's a bit hard for you because you've got to get up early in public transport everywhere, but
it's one night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess on the weekend people got shit on. You got a wedding on this weekend.
Yeah.
It's tough all the time, but we make it work.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm glad we're doing it as consistent as we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I don't know how people do podcasts without headphones.
That feels
this
fucked,
is fucking strange. This is so weird.
I don't know what volume to talk at and shit.
Yeah, this sucks.
But guys, thank you so much again for our very first payment. We are now official professional podcasters, man.
Check out the
You
YouTube
guys
video.
Hey,
buy a coffee.
Wednesday.
show all the booty, and I'm not talking about the booty. I'm talking
Show
about
them the coins. That's from you guys, man. So
now I can get 5 frozen Cokes from Macca's. I mean, are they still $1 or are they $2?
No, they're
Probably
like
not.
$5
Probably
now.
like 6.
So keep watching. We've got YouTube video. So this is going to drop Monday 6 p.m. like always. We've got YouTube dropping Wednesday 6 p.m. guys. Thank you guys so much.
New EP coming out as well.
There's going to be information on that next week. I am in the final. I'm in the mastering stages of it, which is the most fun part for me. Because I know I'm almost done. So guys,
the master's mastering.
Yes, the master's at work, my boys. And this shit is sounding
I can't wait to hear it, bro.
It is sounding crazy, man. So guys, Fucking stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week.
Love yous.
Sheesh.